Okay, assalamu alaikum, barkanmu da sake dawowa a cikin bidiyo na biyu a sati na biyu. Wannan bidiyon ne za mu yi magana akan abin da ake kira margin da padding. Kamar yadda muka yi highlighting nan, wannan margin da wannan padding su ne za mu magana su akan wannan bidiyo. The next video za mu magana akan width and height. So margin and the padding, I think in za mu yi bayanin su. Let me just, I think, comment on everything here. Let me just cut it from here going down to this point, paste it here. So the remaining things, everything is now commented. Now, let's say you have so many things. You have different elements in the page. You have kind of, let's say, buttons, different buttons on the page. Let's say I created a button here, created this two button here. Let's say button here, and then end my button here. Then I can say, okay, let me see, this one is the register button. Maybe I have another one that says maybe login buttons here. I can say, okay, this one is login button here. I have two buttons. Let me just save the two here, then refresh my page here. Not be able to see this because I already commented all of them. So these are kind of two buttons, right? If you look at this button and this one, there is probably a little space around this space here and down here, right? And then up here, and then there is no space in between this button and this button there, right? So also there is no space around this space here and top here and down here, no any space. So what we mean by margin is a space that is after this button border here, a space outside here, and then space outside here, and then space outside here is what we call a margin. So now, how can we add margin to our button here? So in this case, I can write the margin, just normal way of writing a syntax of the margin. Let's say I want to give this one a margin. Let's say margin style is equals to, let's say, margin. So in this point, I will also use this opportunity to tell you that we have three types of margin. You see that it is highlighted here. We have margin at the bottom, we have margin at the left, margin at the right. For instance, let me see. Let me come on my page here. You see, top here is the margin on the top. This one is the margin on the left, this one is the margin on the right, this one is the margin on the bottom. So anywhere I want to give space, let's say I want to give space here, I will say margin right. So now let me give it a try, margin dash right. Right? If I now see margin right, let me see, I won't give it like 5 pixels right to the right. Alright, okay. The register button 5 pixels to the right of the register button. So now if I save this file here, then come here down, refresh it here, you probably see it's shifted a 5 pixel away to this one now. This one has now shifted forward like that. From here, I created a space here. So if I want to have top, I will say margin top. Again, I can write this one again. I say, okay, margin top. I say copy it here. I can also give it like margin top 5 pixel, right? So this is it. And then if I want to, let me just see this in action and refresh this page here. You see nothing, margin top is having a problem, right? Let me come here. Okay, we use the right. So margin top, we didn't say top here, top, margin top. There, save it here, then come to the browser here. We'll come here and then refresh it here. You see, it moved down a little bit from the actual where it is there, right? So that is it for a margin. And if you want a margin button, you can also give it a margin button. You can see, okay, margin button there, copy, then I can see margin button here. I can see button, margin button there, right? Or I can use even margin left. I can give it margin left. I can say left. So all of them has their own margin. So the first one is for the right, the first one, the second one is for the top, this one is for the bottom, and the other one is for the left. So that is how you can do it. And so, you know, in anything, you see all of them has margin. Left has space down there, and the other ones at the other side there. So that is just about that. If you want to actually see the space, we can, I think, put all the buttons inside the border, then we'll be able to see the actual space that is left there. Then okay, let me give it a try. Let me see, I want to put them inside a paragraph. Yes, be here. Yes, here, paragraph. Let me take it down there and let me take all the property here down. No problem with that. Yes, here. Then here in my paragraph here. Then inside here I can give it a kind of border, you know, from the last class. Border style is equals to, let's see, the border of 1 pixel. Let me see, this time I want to use solid border. Solid, let me give it kind of blue, and then it's okay like that. So we do this in order for you to see the kind of space left in your screen here. Okay, now if you look at it, from this blue border to this button is 5 pixel. So from here to this place is 5 pixel, from down here to this one is 5 pixel, right? So if I now remove the pixel there, if I now remove it from here, I'll say, okay, I don't want it to have, let's say, a button there. I don't want it to have a button there. I can remove this one and save this one. You see that a button like this space here will go away. Let me refresh this page. You'll be able to see, yes, there is no space there, right? If I need it back, I can do. So in this case, you'll be able to specify however you want your margin to be. If you want it to be like, here will be a more space and here will be of less space, or down will be of minimal spaces, you can do. Now we have different way of writing programs, right? So we started from the way you are, and then from where you go and do it in a better way. Sometimes if you want to use all of them 5, you don't want to differentiate anything, you can go ahead and write, you get rid of all of them and then just write margin and say 5 pixel. If you do like this, all of them is going to have the same margin there. Yes, if you do it like this, all of them will have the same margin. Let me just save this and then go ahead and refresh this page. You see that is normal the way it is before. Alright, so this one top and all of them are having the same. If I now increase it to 5 to 10, let me see 10 pixel here, then you refresh, save this page here and then refresh it, you'll be able to see a 10 pixel wide from this space and down there. If you observe this one very well, you can see that this space is supposed to be a 10 because we only apply it to this one, not this one. Yes, this one, this space here is margin of this one right and margin of this one top. So also, if you don't want to use that different margin top, margin left, you can also say, let's say from here you can say 5 pixel space 10 pixel space, let's say 15 pixel if you want to do it that way, or let's say 20 pixel. This one is kind of tricky to understand, but it's very simple. But what is happening is that it goes clockwise. The first one goes to top, then the next one go to right, then the next one go to bottom, then the last one go to right. Look at it very well. Let me just save this and see it inside the browser. Yes, the first one is small, then followed by the last one. Yes, you look at it. This one is the smallest, is 5 pixel. This one is large, is 10 pixel. This one is larger than them, is 15 pixel. This one is 20 pixel. This shows that it started from the top, left, right, bottom, and then the left. So this is all what we call a margin. This is how we refer to this as a margin, right? So we treated the 3 different ways we can write a margin. Whether you put it in the straight line like this, you put them separately, but you have to know that this first one is going to top, then the right, then just in form of clockwise like that, but it's starting from the top. So what's padding? I think it's okay. You can be able at least to see what's called margin. You see it and I said it to you, and then you really understand. What's called padding? Padding is very similar to margin, but it's different, right? Is the only different is the margin is a space outside this button here. The padding is the space. If you look at the text inside here, space between the border here of the button to the text inside, that is what we call padding. What we mean, nan filin da yake tsakanin wannan layin blue na border na button din nan zuwa ga rubutun da yake a ciki, shi muke nufi da padding. So padding is a space inside, while the margin is a space outside. So if you want to give your padding, you just very simple, very simple something, right? Let me just give you the second one. Let me demonstrate the login button, which is the padding. All you need to do, just say style is equals to, let me see, padding. All right, padding. So the same thing, padding, we have padding top, padding bottom, padding right, and padding whatever. So let me just start with top. Let me see, padding top is equals to, let's say, 5 pixel padding top. Let me just see what is going to happen. So now save this file. Let's give it a try. Save it and then let's give it a try, and then okay, look at it here. The increase is space from the text to top here. Yes, increase the space from the top there, right? So if you can also increase the space from the text to down there, let me say, okay, from the text to down here, from this text to left here or down there, anywhere you want to use it. So the same way we use for margin, we can also do it for a padding. We can copy this and then duplicate it twice, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V here. So we make this one top. Let me take this one right. Let me make this one bottom. Let me make this one left. All right, this one is left. So if you now save this one, you'll be able to see all of them are having the padding from both sides. All right. Yes, all of them are having the space. If you look at the widths of these days, this button and this one is like kind of two different nature. This one look like nicer because it has some space around it and because of the padding with space right inside. Similarly, as I said, padding also can put it in like one, right? The same way we just if we want a single padding, then you can do it like just padding like that. It will just, if you just specify just padding, it will pass it to all of the side, either left, right, top button, and all of them will have the same padding if you just specify like that. So now let's give it a try, then it's okay. Yes. You see, it's similar way that it is before. And similar way, if we also want to have a differences, you can do it the way we do this one. Let me just copy this one because I'm lazy in typing. I'm tired of typing this again. Then paste it there, then good to go. Now if you save this, you come to the browser here, then refresh it. You see here, yes, the top here is 5, this one is 10, this one is 15, this one is 20 pixels, right? So this one doesn't have margin because we didn't even style for the margin there. That's why you see that it doesn't have kind of margin in between them. So by default, you can still see space small. By default, they set some bit of margin to it, and I think around 1 pixel by default. But if you don't want that default margin, then you can make it 0, no problem. Yes, that is all for margin and padding. Hope is getting clear to you, or will differentiate between margin and padding and how you're going to use them. So lastly, in the next video, inshallah, we are going to discuss the two properties we call width and height. So if you have any problem on this one, you just try the network and play around with them repeatedly. That's when you get used to it and make it become part of you. Thank you for watching. Okay.